Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys watched my first video that I uploaded to this channel, I talked a lot about wanting to do reading challenges, and I haven't really been doing that yet, but I feel like it's kind of time to venture into that world, so I'm kind of nervous. One of the challenges that I was most excited for was a 24-hour readathon challenge thing, but that just sounds like super difficult, and so I wanted to do like a warm-up challenge, and so I'm gonna do a see how many books I can read in 24 hours challenge. So basically, if you don't know, instead of reading for 24 hours straight, I just start a timer and stop it whenever I'm not reading, and then just see how many books I can read before the timer reaches 24 hours. So that's gonna be very interesting. I'm very excited. I also wanted to apologize for the long wait because there was a lot of things at once. My computer stopped working, so I couldn't edit videos, and I was recovering from wisdom teeth surgery, which was awful, and I thought I would be able to read a lot more when I was recovering, but I only ended up reading one book because I was so tired. The drugs were just keeping me under all the time. But the one book that I did read was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and I think I gave this one a 4 stars. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and there was like one twist that totally caught me off guard. So I was like, that's insane, but it kind of left me in a mood to read some more books along this vein. And so I am a little over halfway through And Then There Were None. This is the pretty Barnes & Noble Fancy Pants edition of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So I wanted to finish this one first in this readathon. Do I call it a readathon? I don't even know. Yeah, I wanted to finish this one first, and then I have two more pretty popular thrillers that I have not read yet. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Is that how you pronounce that? I actually have no idea. Very fancy last name, so yeah, The Silent Patient. Really excited to see what kind of twists at the end. I know that it's crazy. And then I have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. The girl that was checking me out at Barnes & Noble for these books was freaking out about like every last one, and she was like, oh, have you read Sharp Objects, I think it was called, by Gillian Flynn? Oh, it's crazy, it's good. So like, she really hyped me up for these books. That's only 2.5 books, so I have more in reserves for in case we finish those. Like, I picked up some Stephen King because I've never read his stuff before, and I wanted to read something like thrilling and spooky for the Halloween season. So yeah, we'll see if I get through these in time, because then I will pull out those books. But yeah, until then, I just want to start reading. So let me pull up my timer here. I'm so nervous about the stopwatch because when people like reset it, it's like traumatizing to them, and I am the kind of dumb that would press the wrong button and reset the entire timer. So I'm nervous for this. Here we go. Page, and I'm like covering it up to try and keep the surprise good. That's insane. That is actually insane. Alright, so I finished And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. So if you don't know, Agatha Christie is like the mother of murder mysteries and thrillers. She wrote these way back. She wrote these back in like the early mid 1900s, and wow, is she a master at this. So if you have not checked out any of her stuff, I highly recommend. Other than this, I've only read The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. My siblings and I also enjoy the BBC Poirot series, and so in that show they have a lot of her stuff, but just like in visual form. But oh my gosh, this was so clever. So the premise is there's this nursery rhyme that's kind of morbid, honestly, that talks about 10 soldier boys all dying in different ways. It's like 10 little soldier boys went out to dine, one choked his little self, and then there were 9. 9 little soldier boys sat up very late, one overslept himself, and then there were 8, and it just goes and and goes until finally it says, "One little soldier boy left all alone, he went and hanged himself, and then there were none." So that's like, the premise is that there is some madman, serial killer type person that invites 10 people to this island and then like one by one kills them in the ways that the nursery rhyme says. And it is so clever. Oh my gosh. I'm probably giving this 5 stars. Crazy. From beginning to end, I was like, I love this. This is so good. I forgot to pause the timer during the update, but I am 1 hour and 8 minutes in to the readathon. So yeah, book 1 done. I'm gonna go get my next book. Okay, so for my next book, I think I've decided on The Silent Patient. I don't have a whole lot of time to read right now because I need to go take someone to work in a little bit. But as soon as I get back, I'm gonna start on this, and I'm so very excited to see what kind of twists and turns are waiting for me. Okay, so it's later, but I'm in the same spot, so that's funny. But I finished part 1, so now I have kind of a grasp of what this story is about, so I can tell you guys. So The Silent Patient follows this psychiatrist. There's like another word that he used, psychotherapist, I think. Basically, he's a therapist for crazy people. And I just ran up the stairs, so I'm like out of breath, but there is this woman that has been like a very mysterious psychological case for a while now because she murdered her husband, supposedly. I still don't know that that happened, but she was just found in her apartment. Very much seemed like she murdered her husband. And ever since then, she has not uttered a single word. So that's part of why no one knows what happened, is because she won't talk about it, she won't say anything. And I think it's been like years since that happened, so she hasn't spoken for years. So this psychotherapist named Theo is so fascinated by her that he like swears that he's going to get to the bottom of it. He's gonna figure it out. And so that's what kind of gives this like a mystery kind of feeling. So far we haven't like discovered anything. Part 1 is basically just like laying the groundwork for the characters and the setting and all that. But I am very intrigued, definitely, to see what is going to transpire. I've heard that the twists in this are really insane, and so I am super excited for that. Yeah, so tonight is movie night for my family, so I don't know how much I'm going to read tonight. We are only 1 hour and 48 minutes in, and so this is gonna take a while. Yeah, I'm hoping to read a bunch, and I also have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and that's probably gonna take up a lot of time. So, haha, I guess I'm busier than I thought. Yeah, so tonight we might watch And Then There Were None, because I just finished that. But if my boyfriend gets his way, we're gonna watch Kung Fu Panda 2. So, I mean, either way, I'm gonna have a good time. Yeah, I will let you guys know when I have an update. Hey guys, good morning. I just got back from my doctor's appointment, so now I can focus a little bit more on reading. So yesterday I did not read that much because I was kind of starting later in the day, and when it's later in the day I'm usually around a lot of people and I don't want to read in front of them because that's rude. So I just read like 2.5 hours. So that's a great start, but hopefully right now I'll be able to knock out a lot of reading. Let's see how far I am on page 119. Yes, I'm excited to keep on reading, so I'm gonna do that. And you're gonna watch me, so have fun with that. I've had a theory for a while now about this book, so this will be kind of spoilery, so you can skip to this timestamp if you've never read this, but I just want to put my theories out there into the ether to see if I'm correct. So this whole time I've been thinking this is an unreliable narrator. That might be stupid, like when you think it's an unreliable narrator and it's not, you just feel like an idiot because like of course, but I feel like Theo is somehow wrapped up in this. I'm trying to think of why exactly, but now he's kind of stalking this one, well, I don't know about stalking, it was just starting to talk about like how his wife is cheating on him with this man, and then he like followed the man home, and he has a wife, and he's just been like watching the house and stuff, and it's just like reminding me even more of the man that was watching Alicia, and so I'm wondering, I don't know, this might sound so stupid, but I'm wondering if Gabriel was cheating on Alicia, and because of the cheating, sorry, there's just people talking outside my room, he was like watching Alicia, like for, I don't know, but maybe he just like watches people and then decides to kill them for some reason. I don't know, that might be so idiotic, but either way, I just suspect an unreliable narrator in some kind of way, form, fashion. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of a thought I've been having. No way! Oh my gosh! My theory was, I mean, I'm guessing my theory was right. I thought that was so outlandish and stupid. There's no way! I mean, I knew I had that theory, but like still, that's crazy. Oh my word, this book is insane. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. What? Wow, this book is crazy. I am at 4 hours, 44 minutes. So that book took me about 2 hours and 40 minutes around there. It's 323 pages. Oh wait, so it's 3 hours. 3 hours, did I say 2 hours before? That book took me 3 hours and 40 minutes just about, and it's like 320 something pages. So wow, that was really crazy. I need to think about a rating. I mean, I did kind of see like the bigger plot twist coming, so I don't know if that like would lower the rating, but it was a good plot twist. I feel like I've just read a little too many books that have a similar thing going on where I suspected it. So it's definitely up there for 4.5 star range. So yeah, I'll settle on it and tell you guys at the end of the video. I need to go grab the next book. Alright, so I'm gonna start on Gone Girl by Gillian. Is it Gillian or is it Jillian? Gillian Flynn. Sorry if that's stupid of me to say. I know that there's a movie based off this. Maybe I'll read it or watch it after I read it, but I have absolutely no idea what it's about. So I am interested to see what this contains. Hey there guys, good morning. Wow, it's been a very slow morning for me, kinda, sorta. Yesterday I had a sore throat, and then today I woke up feeling like a bunch of hornets had just built a nest in my gullet. So yeah, I don't feel great. So I might be coming down with something, which is just great, just grand. On the positive side, that might mean I have more time to read. Probably not, actually. This morning I had committed to go with my sister to this really cute bookstore that just opened today, actually. That's within walking distance of my house. I'm so excited to have a bookstore within walking distance of my house. It's like a used bookstore, and we went, and it's called The Hidden Chapter. I just was living my main character life, walking up to the bookstore and then coming back with my bag full of books that I just bought. It was great. I wanted to buy a thriller for this video because I think that I'm going to run out of my TBR before the 24 hours is up. So I decided to get Final Girls by Riley Sager. I've never read anything by Riley Sager, which I think is kind of a crime if I'm trying to read a bunch of thrillers, because he is a very prolific name in the thriller world. I just saw this hardcover in pretty good condition, and so I wanted to buy it. So I bought that one. Guys, guess what? I was able to buy 2 hardbacks and 2 paperbacks for $35. Who knew that that could happen with used books? It was crazy. I was like, my life was changed. But anyway, so yeah, I did that this morning. I only did a little bit of reading. Let me see where the timer's at. I'm at 6 hours and 19 minutes. So yeah, it's still not that far. My life is a lot more jam-packed than I could have thought. That's like the biggest thing that I'm learning from this experience. Today I went to that bookstore. I'm gonna have to pick up some meds from the pharmacy, and then tonight I have a family dinner. That's probably gonna last a while because we have a family dinner every Friday. And then after that we usually have like long family time. So yeah, I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done, but hopefully with the excuse of me not feeling well, I'll be able to stay in bed and read for the rest of the time. So yeah, let's hope that'll work. Yeah, I'm just gonna get back to reading. I need to blow my nose. Okay, so I'm just hopping on here real quick. What lighting do I want? Yeah, this is fine. Just hopping on here real quick because I don't believe that I even like said what this book is about. And honestly, that's because I don't even really fully know yet. So basically this book is about this married couple that has problems. They clearly have problems, but like the wife goes missing. And so far, at least, it's been about the husband trying to find the wife, but it's like kind of dual timeline. because the present day is told in the husband's perspective. Like, you know, he gets home, he sees that, like, the wife is missing, whatever. But then the past is told by the wife's perspective through, like, journal entries that she's written. So you kind of find out, like, the backstory of her psychology and like how they met and like her childhood, things like that. And there is like one qualm I have with like the writing style in this. I feel like there's so much unnecessary information. It's really long. Like it doesn't look long, but like the type is minuscule. So it feels like almost a textbook, especially when she mentions like details that are so unnecessary. It's just like a lot of stuff about like, I mean, maybe they'll be necessary in the future, maybe it'll like all come together, and it's like, oh, of course you were mentioning your childhood job at that point and had to mention like specific dialogue that was happening in the past, like even though it seems so unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of difficult. Like, there has not been a point so far. I'm over 100 pages in with this minuscule type, and I'm still, like, kind of uninterested. So maybe I think it'll just, like, be really clever, I guess, in, like, how the mystery unfolds itself. But so far, it's unfolding so slowly. Like, I feel like there's just so much it could have cut out. So much. But, yeah, so just, like, a lot of unnecessary scenes, dialogue, exposition, stuff that doesn't need to be there. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, this is kind of dragging. So that's just where I'm at right now. That's also contributing to why it's taking me kind of a while to get through this. I'm almost 8 hours in, I think. Yeah, I am 7 hours, 50 minutes in, and I'm like, yeah, so it's been a long time since I've started this, like over 2 hours, I think. But like, I'm only this far in, I was just like, this isn't interesting really to me yet. I mean, I think it'll pick up at some point. It's famous for a reason, but yeah, we'll see. It's also because I'm super tired and because like I'm now sick, and every time I try to like take a nap to reinvigorate myself, I can't sleep because my throat hurts so bad that I can't like knock myself out. So yeah, that sucks. I am pushing through though. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on reading and I'll update you guys maybe later. Hey guys, it is Sunday night and I've been doing some reading. I think the last time I filmed was like Friday night or something, or just Friday day. But yeah, I got a decent chunk done. I'm 72% through. I'm in part 2, which means it's finally gotten good. Like the twist came. The twist comes at like the end of part 1 / the beginning of part 2. And yeah, it's good, but like I know in my head it was a good twist, but I'm still like, was it worth it though? Was it worth slugging through all of the first part that was just so long for no reason? Like that, if you can see, like, hang on, I don't know if you can see. There's like a black line where part 1 ends. So all of that there is part 1. That is that half or over? It's over half of the book is part 1. And it gets good at the end of that. Like, if you take, how many pages is this? If you take 215 pages to get good, it's not good, you know? So, I don't know, maybe the end will blow me away, but right now it's feeling like a 2.5. It's taken me 4 days to read this book, bro. Usually if I'm reading consistently, it will not take me that long to finish a book. I'm also sick, so it's like not helping my mood. But anyway, I am 12 hours, 35 minutes in. So I even said like at the beginning of the weekend, I don't usually get a whole lot of reading done in the weekend. And I think I only got, I mean, I don't remember how many hours I had before. I'll put it on the screen somewhere probably. But yeah, I got a not very many hours of reading done this weekend. I just read in odd places like my bed right after I wake up, a park, my living room, because usually I just do a lot of hanging out with people in the weekend. So, but like it's like a decent chunk done. I'm gonna get through it. I am totally slogging through this book. I know it's famous, like I know it's like technically good literature, like I know in my head it's like good, but I just don't enjoy it. I'm sorry if you really like this book. Like I get it, like I understand why it's good. Like I was saying, like in my head I'm like, yeah, this is okay. But like in my heart I'm like, please just let me be done with this. It's definitely gotten better since part 2 has come up. It's just, yeah, I just feel like half of this book didn't have to be there, like half. That's saying a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on going, but like yeah, I'm gonna keep on going, but yeah, my stamina is running out. Man, I started this video on Wednesday and I thought it'd only take me a few days. I know I keep on saying that, but that's just crazy to me. Maybe we can see if I can get 12 hours of reading done in the next 2 days. That would be fantastic. Oh my goodness. 14 hours, 48 minutes. I can't believe I actually finished it. I was so close to DNFing it like 8,000 times. Yep. 2.5 stars. Sorry guys. I know it's well beloved. I can talk about more details at the wrap up of this video, but this was torture to read. I'm just gonna say that. But like, the reason it's not like a 1 star is just like, I know that it's like good. It's a good twist. I mean, yeah, I'll talk about the details in the wrap up, but just like, I didn't like that. I didn't like it. 2.5 stars. I might even make it a 2 star. I never give books that low a rating, but I just can't. So the next book that I want to read for the video is, I mean, I talked about it earlier, but I bought it a few days ago, and it's Final Girls by Riley Sager. I need to pick me up really bad for this challenge because I still have 9 more hours? I'm not known for my math, but I'm pretty sure 9 hours and like 10 more minutes. So yeah, I really hope this goes better than the other book did. Hey guys, so I'm about halfway through Final Girls, so now I have an idea of what it's about. I should hope so. I'm halfway through it. So the reason it's called Final Girls is because the concept is we're following one girl that has been a part of like this group massacre, this horrible group massacre that happened a while back, and I think 10 years ago. She is called the Final Girl because she's the only one that like got out. She's the only one that escaped alive. And so she's traumatic from that, first of all, but there's also like a couple other people that have the status of a final girl. One of them is this author who wrote a whole book about her experience of this horrible psychopaths massacres. I think it was like she was part of a sorority, and she was the only one that got out of the sorority house alive after a crazy man came in and killed everyone. That's like the second final girl, and then there's a third that we don't really know about yet. And so the main character has been in contact with this sorority final girl, and they've been kind of like helping each other out a little bit, like getting through the trauma, whatever. But then our main character finds out that that girl has committed suicide, and so that's a crazy thing. But what happens is that it makes the third final girl come out of the woodwork and introduce herself to our main character, and so now they're friends. There's a dual timeline where we're following the present day, where she's hanging out with this third final girl, getting into shenanigans that I think would include spoilers, so I don't really want to say much. And then we also are following the timeline where we're actually finding out what really happened to our main character in the massacre that she was a part of. Because there's a lot of mystery surrounding it. We don't even know who did it because she refuses to say his name. And so I'm thinking that there's going to be some kind of twist there, some kind of like unknown what's going on over there, what happened. And so yeah, that's always very intriguing. There's like every 3 chapters or so there is like a flashback chapter where we learn more about what happened that night. It sounds horrible. Is it so far? I'm like, that sounds absolutely traumatic, and I don't know how she's functioning right now, quite honestly. So yeah, it's definitely picking up. We're finding out some stuff that we didn't know before. That's a way to say it without spoilers. Yeah, so halfway through, I am enjoying it so far. So far, it's seeming like a 3-4 star range. Obviously, with thrillers, you kind of want to wait till the end to see what you really want to rate it, because there's usually something crazy that happens at the end. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on reading, and I'm excited to see where it goes. at 20 hours. So exciting. Alright, so I finished Final Girls, and I think I've settled on a 3.5 star for this one. It was a really solid thriller. It kept me intrigued. The, like, dual timeline was really intriguing. I loved, like, the timing of finding out what happened in the past and then, like, finding out other stuff in the present. So I liked the dynamic of that. I think it was pretty well done. Like, the twist, like, the reveal, it was good. Like, I didn't see all of it coming. Like, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but, like, I didn't see all of it coming, but it wasn't, like, super shocking. I guess in comparison to, like, House Across the Lake, I was definitely more shocked by that one. So I think I liked that one better. But yeah, this one, it had me intrigued, and I liked the ending. I liked the twist and turns and just the second guessing and all that stuff. So yeah, I think a solid 3.5 star. Alright, so I have a little over 4 hours left of the readathon, and I'm trying to decide if I want to read The Lottery by Shirley Jackson, Pet Sematary by Stephen King, or Misery by Stephen King. I'm having a hard time deciding because if we're talking like short, like getting something done that's short, then like this is the way to go. But I really wanted to try and like read some Stephen King just to see what he's about, and it seems like Misery is a little more of like psychological, disturbing kind of stuff, which I have kind of been reading, and I don't know that I want to like keep on reading like psychological stuff. I don't know. It might just be nice to have a change of pace, so maybe Pet Sematary. It's also kind of long. It's almost 400 pages, so I don't think I'll finish this in time. I mean, that's not the end of the world. I mean, it just looks like this is a collection of really short stories, so it's not the same as like reading a consistent like novel. I feel like this is just like easy to pick up like some other time or just like in between stuff, so maybe I can save this for later. Maybe it's not like a readathon type book. I think I might just go into Pet Sematary. I know that it's one of Katie's reading, like she really likes this one. So yeah, I guess I'll pick this up and see how I feel about it, or if it's so scary that I can't finish it. I mean, we'll see. I might just like DNF it, because historically horror is difficult for me to swallow. But yeah, we'll see. It's my first exposure to Stephen King. I haven't seen any of the movies, haven't read any of the books, so this will be interesting. So pray for me. I'm so sorry, the lighting's horrible, but I think I've changed my mind and I'm actually going to read, oh, hang on. I think I'm going to read The Lottery by Shirley Jackson instead, because it's a collection of short stories and I just feel like it will be better to like stop, pause if I need to, if the readathon ends and everything. So, because like I just got like 50 pages into Pet Sematary and I was like, this feels like it'll be a long ride. So maybe I should just like start this now. Maybe I need to save this. I feel like it's going to be a big deal, whatever. So I think I'm going to start on this book, and yeah, I'll tell you guys my thoughts when I'm a little bit far into it. We're at 23 hours, final stretch, let's go. Guys, we did it! Wow, that's crazy. I've never seen the stopwatch that with that many numbers on it. Wow, now it's gonna feel weird to do this. Wow, okay, well, I want to talk about The Lottery a little bit before filming my wrap up here. So The Lottery is actually really interesting. It's a bunch of short stories that are unrelated as far as I can tell. Maybe there's like a couple recurring characters, but like other than that, they're all unrelated. The thing about this is it's not really horror, in that there's like monsters and guys chasing you with chainsaws and stuff like that. This was written in the 40s, so after the World Wars and everything, and from what I remember from learning in schools, and it's been a while since I've learned anything like this, so don't come for me if I get this wrong, but the philosophy of that time was super like cynical, just super hyper aware of the intrinsic evil in people. And so I see that a lot in these stories. It's not like terrifying or like scary or like thrilling really, but it's more just like exploring how some people could just be wicked. So most of these stories follow someone that maybe has been screwed over or deceived, or even just like little children doing stuff that's like, how are you so evil already? And there's like exploring themes like racism and stuff like that, how people can be super mean to people that just because they're a different skin color, things like that that are very interesting. I skipped ahead because the lottery is at the very end, and I read that, and that was definitely the most like horrifying of all the short stories that I read in this. Like, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but I was just like, wow. But yeah, most of these just like, it kind of caught me off guard because I wasn't really sure like what to expect. But then once I like realized what this was, I was like, oh, it's like everyday circumstances, everyday scenes, stuff that happens in kitchens and homes and apartment buildings and neighborhoods and stuff that are like, oh, this is an example of evil, or just really unneighborliness, or just like bad things that humans are capable of. It's very interesting, and if you're a fan of classics or just like kind of existential literature, then I know that you'll like this. And I am a fan of classics, and just the way that this is written, it's like it really makes you think. So yeah, I mean, I haven't finished it. It's kind of hard to rate this overall because it's a collection of unrelated stories, but I would say probably somewhere like 3.5, 3 stars, because it really did make me think. It was just like, it was very interesting to see revealed in everyday circumstances what kinds of wickedness humans are capable of. Yeah, that's what I think about this. I might finish it later on, but I want to just wrap up this video real quick and talk about the books that I read in this 24-hour readathon. Alright, so in this 24-hour readathon, I started off with finishing And Then There Were None, which I gave 5 stars because I'm such a fan of how this panned out. I found it so clever and just the right amount of like thrilling and just making me want to keep on turning the pages just over and over. Yeah, one of the most solid thrillers I've ever read. It's well known for a reason. I would highly recommend this. Like, I know that it's like older and that might like turn off some people from picking it up, but I really like truly believe that if you like reading in general, you will like this. Yeah, the ending I was not really expecting. I feel like the premise is just so unique and so clever. Just the whole bit about like following a nursery rhyme and like killing off people one by one like that is like so interesting. Like, every time someone died, I like wanted to keep reading to see like how the next person would die. I know that's kind of like morbid, but it kept me interested, and yeah, it's super unique. I gave it 5 stars for a reason. I highly recommend this if you like mystery thrillers. So yep, And Then There Were None was my first book. And then I read The Silent Patient by Alex, still not sure how to pronounce that, Michaelides. And this one I really enjoyed. I gave this one 4 stars. It was definitely very psychological, very much keeping you second guessing, like plot twists coming out that you didn't expect. Yeah, definitely more like disturbing because of that. Just like human psychology can get so messed up, and it definitely was exploring that. How your childhood can mess you up, how your parents and how they act can mess you up. Just like all those kinds of topics that are kind of heavy. And a lot of this took place in a psych ward, so there was like that element of just like, there's crazy people everywhere, like that's kind of scary. So, but it was like nice and short. I feel like I finished this really quickly, and like the type was big and everything. So it's very fast paced. I definitely recommend this if you feel like you don't have a lot of time to dedicate to reading a book. I mean, I think thrillers in general are good for that, but I think this one is also good because it's shorter and keeps you turning the pages. So even if you feel like you don't have time or you don't have the attention span, I feel like this is a good pick. So yeah, Silent Patient was my second book. And then my third book was Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Listen, okay, listen to me. I gave this 2.5 stars, but wait, okay, don't get mad at me. I think that this story and this plot, just face value, is really good. I watched the movie after I finished this, and I actually really enjoyed that movie. I honestly recommend watching the movie instead of reading the book, which I never do, because I just feel like in book form, this story was just too drawn out. You miss all of the like thrill and all of the shock factor, I feel like, with the way that this is written. It's way too long. I feel like it's so long. Like, look at how tiny the words are, and there's like over 400 pages in this. Like, that is too long for something that you need to just like keep on finding out new stuff. You need to stay interested with this particular plot, and I feel like the movie did that so much better, honestly. But yeah, the unhingedness of this, the cleverness of it, like it's like unhinged but like smart unhinged. It's not like wild manic unhinged. So that's definitely like a very intriguing thing for me. Like, so I am a big fan of this plot and like the way that this panned out, just face value. I just feel like the execution and the book itself, I know this is an unpopular opinion, I know, and I'm sorry, but I'm allowed to have my own opinions in this reading world. So yeah, I just really, I would not read this again. I might watch the movie again because I do think it, like, I'm still thinking about it. It was very intriguing, but the book, man, it just did not hit. It just did not hit. So yep, 2.5 stars. I'm very sorry for all those out there who love this book. I know why you do, I just don't, so yeah. Next I picked up Final Girls by Riley Sager. Yeah, I would say that I liked House Across the Lake better, but I feel like this is solid for what it is. I gave it 3.5 stars. Yeah, I feel like for what it is, it was good. It kept me intrigued, mostly. There were some slow parts. I feel like since it was dual timeline, I felt like the past timeline was so much more intriguing, and I was not like reading as much of that because it only has like a past chapter like every 3 present chapters, and I felt like what was going on in the present wasn't nearly as thrilling. There was a point where what was going on in the present was very like, oh my gosh, oh, like some information came out and you're just like, oh no, I have to like keep on reading to make sure nothing bad happens. Which, yeah, no spoilers, but yeah, so that's why I didn't give it a higher rating, because I gave House Across like 4 stars because I felt like it was a little bit more, like, even in the slow parts you still wanted to keep on reading, and I felt like these slow parts were just a bit too slow for me. So yeah, 3.5 stars. Yeah, I thought the plot twist was pretty good. I did like it. I felt like it was within the realm of possibility kind of plot twist. The House Across the Lake plot twist was just so like, whoa, I definitely did not see that coming. With this one I was like, yeah, I mean, I thought about it. I thought about that possibility, so I wasn't that shocked. Yeah, for what it was, solid thriller, 3.5 stars. And then next is The Lottery and Other Stories, and I haven't finished all the stories yet, but as I was just saying, I feel like this is so thought-provoking and like kind of just disturbing, eye-opening to like the realities of human nature, I guess. And while I still believe that this is kind of like a dim outlook on humanity, I feel like humanity has better things to offer than just this perspective, but it is like, it is realistic to know that humans are capable of these kinds of things. So it's just interesting to see her explore it in like tons of short stories. I don't know how many there are, but there are a lot, and in each one is like a different kind of like twisted mind. So that was very interesting, but I feel like I need it in small doses or something, because I don't want my like faith in humanity to die. So I don't really want to like read stuff like this all the time, but like I mean, I know that there is a big portion of people that find that kind of thing intriguing, so I definitely would say this is for you if you find that intriguing, for sure. Yeah, guys, I read about like 4.5 books this time around, and so thank you for coming along on my readathon journey. It's crazy that it took me this long to read for 24 hours. It's opened my eyes to a lot of schedule flaws and a lot of time management flaws, so I'll definitely work on that. But yeah, thanks anyway for being entertained, I hope, by this. Please give this a video a like, because it will help me out a lot to know what kind of things you guys like to see, what kind of things you guys want to see again. Make sure to say in the comments your thoughts on the books that I read, but also thoughts on maybe videos you'd like to see, books you'd like me to read, and of course make sure to subscribe. My channel is growing and I want to thank you guys for reaching 100 subscribers. I'm so excited about this. I know it's small in the grand scheme of things, but I'm still excited as a small YouTuber starting out that I have reached that goal. So yeah, just keep on subscribing, man. I'm getting there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your support, and just keep on coming back, because I have a lot of really cool videos planned and I don't want you to miss out. So make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified for when I post next, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.